up. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's go. Let's go.
sir.
Everybody stand up. You're like, oh shit, we get him once a month. That's enough. Big mouth old guy. Okay. On the count of three, we're gonna go. Pipeline is the shit. On three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was weak. I don't think that was good enough, Derek. What do you think?
I think it needs to do it one more time.
It needs to do it one more time. Listen, this will be the training all day. We'll sit here for an hour. Let's get it right. Pipeline is the shit on three. Loud as you can, scream it. If you don't say a word and I see you, we're going to do shit again. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Pipeline is the shit.
There we go. Everybody give yourself a
Yes,
applause.
sir.
Sit down,
Yes,
sit down, sit
sir.
down.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
guys, How
sir.
many people in here have ever heard of Tony Robbins? Raise your hand. Tony Robbins. How many people think he's full of shit? Oh, nobody. I always get one or two. That's awesome. So why is Tony Robbins who he is? Somebody tell me that. Why is Tony Robbins who he is? What does he do? He's a coach? What type of coach? Motivational? What does that mean? Like mindset, resilience? What is it? Life coach. Who does he coach by chance? Do you know who he might coach?
Entrepreneurs.
Cardone? No, I'm not sure if he does Cardone, but who else? Businessmen. How about like do you know anybody he coaches like individually? You know who he coaches? Everybody ever heard of Michael Jordan? He coached Michael Jordan for 11 years. I don't know if I ever knew that. You know what Michael Jordan paid him annually? $2.7 million. Do you think Tony Robbins might know a thing or two about mindset and resilience? Potentially. Now, I can go down a list of people who Tony Robbins has coached. Now, the truth is, guys, I love motivation, I love mindset, I love all that shit. But if you don't use it and it didn't work, do you think people like Michael Jordan would be paying him $2.7 million a year? Okay, so here's all I'm going to ask for you guys today. This shit that we built here, this MSGA's Mindset Mastery, a lot of this stuff came directly from Tony Robbins, from a lot of like higher end people. And what we did, we kind of put our own little twist on it. And this shit actually works, okay? So here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do today. Pay close attention. We get to be with you guys like in person maybe once a month now as a team. We want to have some fun today. We want to enjoy it. But the truth is, if you don't pay attention, and we're going to go over these packets. If you're not reading the packets, we're going to come through. If you're not writing in the packets, we're not going to come train anymore. It's that simple. Because if you don't use this shit and you just hear it, guess what? It's never going to change you. Everybody agree? Right? So who by raise of hands is open to learning some new shit? Raise your hand, okay? Here's the thing. If you're not, guess what? This isn't the place for you. Sales isn't the place for you because you're going to get a bunch of rejection. Shit's going to happen. Your mindset's going to be fucked up. And guess what? You're never going to change. So all I'm going to ask of you guys today is pay close attention. You each have pens. Write in your packets. We're going to come get those packets at some point just to see if you're paying attention. So write that down. We're going to move on to the first one right now, Mr. Brandon Bisky.
Let's do it. I got to talk in this thing. So everyone look at your sheet of paper for me. And you're going to look at that first question under the MSGA Mindset Assessment. Rate your current mindset on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low energy, easily frustrated, 10 being highly focused, positive, resilient, and you can't put a 5. That's a cop-out bullshit answer. You can't put a 5. It's either 1 through 4 or 6 through 10. So for this, again, dude, be honest with yourself, please. None of the motivational stuff, none of the speeches, none of the Instagram cool reels, none of the shit works unless you let it inside and really be honest with yourself. So that's what we're going to go through today. So go ahead and put a rating down there for me. And I'll call you out here in a second, but I'll give you a second too. Now the next one is going to be, why do you think this challenges... What challenges do you feel that are challenging your mindset that happen in a day-to-day basis? So some examples would be handling rejection from prospects, dealing with difficult customers, staying focused, overcoming self-doubt, etc. You see the whole list on your paper. What are some of the things that basically challenge you the most? Those are just examples. You do not have to write those. So put at least 2 down, whether it's the examples or other ones that are truth for you, of what is the thing that challenges your mindset the most. So just to get some feedback, who's down to share? Who gave themselves a rating? Who's down to share? Raise your hand. If not, I'll just call you up. Right here. 8. That's strong. So you're able to overall, on a scale of 1 through 10, in terms of kind of your mindset, you're able to kind of steady it at 8. Why do you think it's as strong as an 8? So for those of you who couldn't hear, he said, I'm able to stay focused. I don't get easily distracted, basically. I'm kind of paraphrasing, right? What is the thing that challenges you the most? So you're an 8. You're not a 10, though, right? So you got challenges like we all do. No one's perfect. But what is the thing that challenges you the most? Weird. Yeah. 100%. Normal thing. Love it. Who else wants to share? Who put less than, or raise your hand. Right here.
So I actually put an 8 as well. For me, I feel that having a positive mindset is just like taking a shower. You need to work on it every single day.
Yep.
So that's something that I do from the moment I wake up. It's one of the first things I do is listen to a positive message, and that's what kind of fuels me throughout the day.
I love that, dude. We're going to get into that, too. Go ahead.
You smell great too, Greg.
So let me ask you, even though you are an 8, which is pretty damn good, if you had to pick the one thing that tests that 8 the most, what is that thing?
Fighting for the goals that I set for myself and not getting there as quickly as I want to.
Love it. So how do you kind of overcome that? How do you keep yourself at an 8 when you get to that challenge?
Well, I just need to step back and assess how far I've gotten and realize that I got further than where I was when I first started. So realizing that I've already come a long way helps me reset and continue on to that path.
That's good. So recognizing progress is a good thing, right? Recognizing little wins, baby wins.
Yeah.
You overcome something yesterday, you can overcome something today, right?
Yes.
Love it, dude.
Real quick, guys. So who else has had something that affects your mindset in a negative way every day? Who else has had something that affects your mindset? Yes, go ahead. What is it? Outside of, okay, go ahead. Tell me first. What have you had?
Well, it's just work-life balance for me, like family.
Work-life balance, okay,
Yeah.
which is pretty common, right? Would everybody in this room agree, right? How many hours do you guys work? Over like 170 a week, something like that? Roughly? Love that? Okay, so what have you done in order to take steps to fix that?
Well, I'm a little bit different. I've been out for 2 weeks. Wife was on vacation, so I took care of the 3-year-old and whatnot. So I'm
Yes,
getting
sir.
back into things. But
Well, let's say on a normal, when wife isn't on vacation, you're not taking care of the 3-year-old. What are the steps that you have taken to kind of fix that work-life balance so it runs smoother?
Developing a schedule is big.
So like date night, Friday nights with my wife, 8 p.m.
Exactly.
That's what I'm going to do, right?
Exactly.
Okay, what else? What else could he do to kind of help with work-life balance? Those of you who doesn't have a family, that may have friends and people that want to go out with, what do you do to kind of help with work-life balance? Somebody tell me. The schedule is a huge thing for work-life balance. Now, you were going to say something, sir, something negatively affects you and that kind of helps you with resilience. Did you raise your hand, right? Something that affects you.
I wasn't raising my hand.
That's right. Well, now you are. So go ahead.
Something that affects me, I guess, just setting goals. Like since I'm like new, it's hard to kind of envision where to set goals and what to expect of myself. So
Yeah.
kind of just going through the days and not really aiming for something in particular.
Do you know how many dials it takes to speak to someone yet? Approximately.
About like now or
Yeah, like now.
50
Is that a guess or like an approximation?
approximation.
Cool. We're going to talk about that a little to kind of help you with that mindset. Here's the thing, right? Schedule is a good thing for work-life balance. You also talked about the pressure. You were an 8 out of 10 because you set high standards and high goals. Is that fair to say? That's one of the biggest things for salespeople in general, right? We set such high standards that we want to hit these goals because there's usually a need income and there's a want income, right? The need income is how much money do I need to pay my bills every single day? Everybody with me, right? If it costs me $5,000 a month to pay my bills so my kids can eat and I can live the life that I want to live just by paying my bills, making my car payment, paying the insurance, what is that income, right? If it's $4,000 a month, that's your need, right? But what's your want? If you need to make $4,000, do you want to make $4,000 a month? Why? Because what? It's bare minimum, right? But see, some of us, no room for error, right? If you fuck up, your car gets repoed. Right? Let's call it what it is. If you don't pay rent or your house payment, can they take your home? See, guys, I know this from personal experience. It's happened to me before. When I first got in sales, I was horrible at it. Had a car repossessed. I've been kicked out of a home. I had to go to the electric company when my electric got turned off as a single dad because I couldn't pay my bills. That's all been there. And a lot of it is because of mindset and resilience, because I set the standards so high for me to hit, sir, that once I didn't hit it, I would not become more resilient. I would become less resilient because I thought that I'd failed. So isn't setting a goal that you can hit, pushing yourself, it's important, but setting a goal that's too high, go from 4,000 a month to I want to make 100K a month, that's a pretty large standard. Would you guys agree? So your need and want to come are two different things, and we're going to help you guys with a path that you need to set today to put things in place to guarantee that you guys hit your goals. Again, I know a lot of you in this room, this happens every time, 30% will be like, you guys are full of shit. This stuff isn't ours. We took it from the best life coach on the planet, the best coach that trains the highest people in any business out there, and it works if you just pay attention, which I wish I would have learned back then. So, B? Go ahead.
So I want to get into a little bit of my nerdy stuff when it comes to motivation. I have historically been the person, that more in the past, every time I heard the word motivation or saw Tony Robbins or saw some reel telling me how I have all these haters, I hated it. It turned me off. Period. I didn't think it worked. I thought it was all absolute garbage bullshit. I'm just being real with you. And when I was in your seats listening to some sales dudes talk about motivation 15 years ago, my ears were shut off. My eyes were down on my phone or doing something else. I'm being real. Because it's all fluff, and I don't do well with fluff. I'm analytical, I'm logical, I like science. I like to know that this shit isn't just words, it's fact. It's what's going on in my brain. And so I started to learn some things to try to get myself, honestly, to believe in it a little more. Like I had to prove to myself that these words are actually real. So now I've turned a page, I get better at it now, I'm not perfect, but I have my own way of looking at things. And maybe if there's even one person in this room that is even remotely close of where I was 15 years ago, this kind of stuff that I'll share with you, just some real light concepts, maybe could help. If it helps one person, then that's a win. And for some of you that already believe in the motivation stuff and it works for you, and you really allow yourself to hear it and do something with it, then I think this could only help too. So I'm a big believer in kind of how the brain works. So I'll go over a little bit of the science of motivation, the actual scientific facts behind what's going on in your brain that allows you to be motivated, get motivated, stay motivated, get motivated when you need to, etc. So what's going on in our brains is, number one, cost-benefit analysis. The science of motivation is rooted in survival, quite literally. Human beings need to survive, so I need to be motivated to run from the bear or run from the thing, to stay alive, right? So the first thing is cost-benefit analysis. Number one is the cost. What do we got to do? Is it time? Is it effort? Is it getting away from something that's bad? What is the cost associated with doing the thing? In your world, the cost is quite literally a little bit of time, is effort. Could be time away from family, could be time away from friends because they don't work as hard as you do. There's costs associated with it. And then in our minds, in a split second, we have to recognize what is the benefit, right? Is it, again, avoiding those costs? Is it more time with the family? Is it the big goals that you have? And your brain is trying to decide if the cost is worth the benefit. The second step that's going on in the brain is environmental signals showing your brain that the goal, the thing that you're trying to be motivated to go towards, is actually attainable. So this is why I think, raise your hand if you've been in any kind of training with Todd and I about goals. Okay, so a fair amount of you haven't. We talk a lot about breaking down annual goals, let's just call it AV for simplistic conversation, back down into daily goals, back down into dials and stuff like that, like the right now stuff. And that's the reason why we do it, and it's the reason why it works. Some of you, raise your hand if you are a career agent in this room. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if your goals are to do this, but you may have a goal of being a regional. And I'm not saying that's a bad goal. I'm not saying that's too lofty of a goal. But is becoming a regional one day the thing that's going to drive your effort right this very second just to get through today? Now, if it is, that's great if it works for you. But scientifically, it's this thing that doesn't seem reachable yet. So we have to think about the things that, what are the steps that I need to do to get there? And you reverse engineer all the way back into, listen, if I can never be a regional if I suck at being an agent, so how do I figure out how to be a good agent first? And then I can maybe be an FTA, then I maybe can be an FSL, whatever the case may be. But scientifically, that's the reason that you can have lofty goals, but the things that you're needing to drive your day-to-day actions every single day, just to get through fucking Tuesday. Those things can't be the big lofty things because it's too far away for your brain. So you can have the lofty thing, but bring it back down into something that you're thinking about. Another concept that you guys should know when it comes to motivation and helping is called confirmation bias. Does anyone know what that means? Any smart people in here know what that means? I had to look it up. No? What is it? 100%. So for those of you that didn't hear him, you're always looking for things that you already believe. This is a scientific thing. I am going to look for things that prove my beliefs right. So it's called, you've heard of the red car theory. Has anyone heard of that? You see a red car, all of a sudden you see 1,700 red cars. I call it the my girl's pregnant theory. So when my wife wasn't my wife, she was my girlfriend, and before we were actually trying to have a kid, and I was playing a hell of a lot more offense than defense, sometimes, she's like, oh my God, I might be pregnant, right? And all of a sudden, what do I start seeing on TV? Baby commercials and babies. And they're having a baby. And they're having a baby. I'm like, holy shit, I'm having a baby. Once you see a thing and you believe it to be true, which she made me believe to be true at times, right? She's scared too at the time. Now I start seeing the thing that I'm thinking about all the time. So where this plays into in the motivation side is if you are able to visualize your goals and write them on paper and journal about it and do the morning affirmations and write it on your mirror and all the shit that I thought was absolute BS for a long time. The reason it quite literally scientifically works is because if you train your brain, neuroplasticity means your brain can be trained, you can rewire it. If you train your brain to look at the thing more often of the thing that you want to see, the goals, the numbers, the big goal, the little goal, the daily goal, the whatever, then you're going to start to notice things that align with those goals. And that's why those things actually work. Other than journaling makes me feel good. Journaling works because you're writing it, you're reading it, you're seeing it, you're saying it out loud. You're using all of your senses. You are training your brain. You are using the concept of neuroplasticity, the fact that you can change the way you think. You're using it as a tool, and you're training it to do what the hell you want it to do. And that is one of the most powerful things you can do. So, moving on to, I believe, the question in here. Let me make sure I'm on track here. Here we go. So, if you look at your sheets, the first question is, what is neuroplasticity? And the easiest way to explain it, if you were listening to anything I was saying, unless I was just so good I was putting you in a trance, write down the definition of neuroplasticity to you. The next one is going to be list 3 things that you feel you constantly complain about or talk negatively about. It can be personal or business. It doesn't have to be all about AV and phone calls. This can be something in your personal life. What is something, or 3 things ideally, that you are kind of that negative Nancy about? And I don't care how good of the 8s that we have in the rooms, every one of us have a little bit of negativity in us in our worst times, right?
By the way, real quick, if you guys don't have sheets, you can use your phone. It's very simple. Take your phone out. I see some of you guys don't have a couple sheets. That's okay. Take your phone out and write those things down real quick. What does neuroplasticity mean to you? And 3 things you constantly complain about. You wake up, you complain about it. It could be, I hate my life.
Is that wife or life?
It's not hate your life. It is what it is. But I'm being honest, guys. Be honest with these answers. Be real. Because you have to be real in order for this to work. You can't just put some bullshit out there. It's got to be very real. Something that you either complain about, something that bothers you on a daily basis. Write down 3 things that stop you guys from performing at an elite level. Okay, we're going to talk about how to reframe that.
So who's got at least one thing written down that you're open to sharing? I've got this one up here. You hate that you never have enough time to do what? Everything. All right.
Do you have a schedule? Working on it. I love that. Okay. You know what I always tell people, and I want everybody to pay attention to this real quick. I always say, don't tell me you don't have the time. Just tell me it's not important enough to care. At least that way you'll be honest. Don't tell me you don't have the time. Just tell me it's not important enough to care. Because you're lying to yourselves if you say you don't have time. Now, this isn't for just this individual. This is for everybody who's inclusive of myself. When I used to say I don't have the time, Brandon forced me to use a calendar because either I had my assistant or somebody helping me setting up my calendar before. I was like, man, I have no time to do shit. And Brandon goes, do you use a calendar? Not your assistant, not do you use a calendar? You can link different emails together, all this stuff, do you use it? I said, no. He goes, that's why you ask me all the time to be at a meeting day. He goes, I'm done telling you. This is several years ago. And now I live by the calendar. Matter of fact, he can't take a shit without me putting something on the calendar if we found out about it a minute ago. Is that true?
100%.
Because I put it on the calendar. You want to know what I found? You know what I found? Time. It's insane. If you build a calendar, and to that gentleman with that had to watch 3-year-old in the back, sir,
Yes, sir.
personal calendar, business calendars combined. Find the time. Because what happens is that if you guys are building a calendar, you're going to see that there are open spots throughout your day, all day long, evening time, that you have time to do shit. But you're not utilizing the time properly. If social media is a big thing of yours and you want to go on social media for 30 minutes because you're addicted to that shit, put 30 minutes social media. I'm not kidding. There's nothing on here. You have time to speak to your kids. Okay, here's the thing. I travel a lot. I do a lot of travel. Okay, we fly around the country. We do what we do. We're in love with what we do. You know what my wife does? She's a homemaker. She works way harder than I am at home, by far. Takes care of my beautiful children. I give her all the praise in the world, but we have a mutual respect. But you know what she gets with my kids more than I do? Time. I'm an emotional guy, dude. There are times when I can't see my kids, and I'll be on vacation, I'll be on business, whatever it is, I'll make a combination of both. And I'll say to myself, I love being on vacation with my wife, but I wish I had more time with my kids. But what I found is I had plenty of time I wasn't prioritizing as a father. I thought that if I stop working, that I'm going to lose time with my kids because I'll have to work harder. It's not true. Just prioritize the things that matter most to you, because a lot of us waste time on bullshit all day long, every day, that leads to zero productivity or anything that's going to help us become better humans or more successful in life. We waste time on the stupidest shit. All of us do. But if it's not on your calendar, you don't know. So a list that we always tell people is make a list of shit that has to get done. And then you prioritize that as this is important, adding to my life positively, adding to my income, and then make another list of shit that I do that adds nothing positive to my life. How many people watch the news in here? Politics, anybody watch the news? Lying asses. Okay, here's the truth, right? People watch it. Do I ever watch the news? Do I ever watch the news? Never. Why? Someone tell me why. It's all fucking negative, dude. It's all bullshit. See, if we're being real with each other, we prioritize our time. And when someone asks me what is my political agenda, oh, I see that you like Trump. No. Listen, my opinion, okay, is doesn't have to be yours. And it doesn't mean that my opinion's right and your opinion's right. Politics, everybody agree, that's an opinion. We don't know the facts. We know what they tell us, right? So how dare you come down with somebody for believing they love Kamala Harris or they love Trump? No, you don't have that right. And I started realizing that because of opinions, why the fuck am I wasting time on this? I don't know if I'm right, nor do you. You could feel very strongly one way or another, but I was wasting valuable time watching the fucking news, dude. Why am I doing that? Because the news and the media is changing my mindset, my thought, my resilience to fight through the day because I think Trump's amazing or I think Kamala's amazing. Bullshit. They're guiding you to believe a certain way, and so is social media. So I stopped wasting my time on that shit. So you want to know what my feed is, sir? The guy that listens to motivational stuff in the morning? Our social medias are completely different than algorithms. His is, what can I do scientifically to make myself a better human and be more productive throughout the day? I personally love, listening to Ed Milet, right? I love listening to Andy Frisella. I love listening to Sean Whalen. I don't care if you do. That's my shit. That keeps me running during the day. And when you go through my social media, that's all you see. It's motivational stuff and Christian beliefs because I'm a Christian. That's all you see. Is all that stuff. But that's how I prioritize my time. When some of us say we don't have time, but we're just not prioritizing it, dude. Some of you like to play video games, fine. Give yourself a fucking hour. If you're a parent these days, there are a lot of parents that schedule the amount of time some of their children could be on an iPad. He does. I don't. My daughter's now 9, and I can't get her off the fucking iPad. I wish I did. And now she cries and screams at 9 years old because she can't be on the fucking iPad. So now I have to figure out a new way to talk to my 9-year-old daughter about why it's important to study and do things that are going to add value to her life. So what did I do? I got her in a competition dance. It cost me $1,000 a month. She goes 4 days a week, 5 to 8:30 every fucking day. When I got her off the iPad, it only cost me $1,000 a month. But what am I doing? I'm prioritizing her time, right? I'm saying you need human interaction, dude. I'm a lot older than everybody in this room, pretty much. Okay, as I was growing up, there wasn't a fucking cell phone. I remember when a pager came out. Okay, you know what I was doing all day long? I was in the streets riding my bike with my friends, having a good time, having conversations with people. prioritizing my time. I did it better as a kid than I do now. Because what happens is, as life goes on, we have to pay bills. And we have all this pressure, right? To drive the nicest fucking car, have the nicest clothes, impress the people that we want around. This Rolex. It's all bullshit, dude. You want to know what's not? Making yourself happy and putting yourself in a position that you can be resilient through anything. All the negatives, all the bad, all that's what makes you cool. How you treat people and being resilient. Those are the two things. So when we talk about time, I'm sorry I interrupted me, but we're talking about time. You guys have to prioritize your time. And if you don't have a list of time, things that you do every day, and it's not scheduled out to prioritize, which it sounds like you guys have a very cool understanding of the schedule, you need to do that because you're going to find blocks of time that you guys currently think that you don't have that you're going to have all day long. Sorry, go ahead.
So back to you. That's kind of the negative thought you have, right? Like you're a little bit negative about, man, I don't have the time. I can't make the time. I can't find the time. I don't have the time. I don't have the time, right? So we'll test you. How can you take I don't have the time thing, that negative aspect to that comment and that thought process, and completely flip it to be a positive thing?
What I feel like works for me is I just get done what I can. Like, every day is a new day. Like, I do what I can. I focus on what I didn't get done. I focus on what I did get done. And then the next day I focus like I do it again. Whatever didn't get done today, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. So it's a good kind of training process for yourself, because not everyone's negative thought thing is going to have anything to do with time, right? We'll go on to the next thing, but I don't know who I stole it from, but I stole it from someone that was pretty smart, because I think about it all the time and I say it all the time. If we, for instance, you said, I don't have the time. You could turn that into, I'm too busy, right? You could oversimplify that. I'm too busy, right? Whether you are or not. And then you could say, I don't have the time to do all the things I want. I'm too busy. If you replace I have to with I get to, it changes the game. It changes the perspective. I don't know who I stole it from. I think it might have been Gary Vee or some shit. But, I'm busy all the time. You could very easily say, I get to be busy all the time. Because you know what you could be doing right now? You could be unemployed. You could be homeless. You could not have the blessing of being too busy trying to build your business and reach your goals. You could not even be in the position to be busy. And we can say this, there's tons of people that are in that position. Maybe you were in there at one time, I don't know. I think we've all been unemployed at some point. We were just praying to be too damn busy, right? We say it all the time. We go through cycles in building our business and Make Sales Great Again. There was a day where Make Sales Great Again or MSGA Consulting was literally just an idea. It wasn't a real business. People just like to hear us talk about sales, and that was that, but we weren't making any money. And then we were just daydreaming about, man, if I could just do this and do this and do this and do this and do this. And now we have a lot of days where it's just one of those days you're like, fuck, I can't find the time to do anything. And every time we get on a call, they're like, how you doing? Man, crazy busy, but thank God I am, because I could be not busy enough, right? So replace I have to with I get you. It can instantly, in 2 seconds, just change the conversation for you to be more grateful, to be more present, to be thankful that you got the shit done that you at least did get done, right? So little reframing exercise you can easily do with almost, I think, any negative thought that you could possibly have in your head. All right.
All right, guys, real quick. The next thing is, how many people in here have a morning routine? What's your morning routine? Raise your hand. Don't have to tell me. How many people have a morning routine? How about a midday reset? Midday reset, something you do. How about an evening reflection? What happened the night before? Cool, love that. See, I want everybody to raise their hand at every single one of these stages. You want to know why? Because we all need it, especially in this business, right? Derek, what's the time that they need to get here usually on a day?
I mean, we start the day at 8 a.m.
What time should they usually leave if they want to be super successful?
They should be here at 8 a.m. or beforehand.
And then leave when?
Oh, leave. I mean, 8 o'clock is the standard.
So 12 hours, right? So 12 hours. If you don't have a morning routine to get prepared for a 12-hour day, 6 days a week, you're not going to be setting yourself up for success, number one. Because you don't get up saying, I'm grateful. Here's the thing I do every morning. I've got a daily routine. I'll read it for you guys. But first thing I do is I pray. Every time I get out of bed, I go, God first, God first, God first, God first, God first. Some of you aren't religious, and that's okay. But that's just me, right? That's what I do every single day. The minute I get out of bed, my wife goes, how do you jump up out of bed? You don't even give yourself a chance to stretch. Alarm goes off, boom, out of bed. Well, guess what? I don't need an alarm anymore. I literally have taught myself to go to sleep and then wake up at a certain time. How many people don't need an alarm? Raise your hand. Your body's trained. It just happens, right? Okay. Guess what? Your body should be trained to have a midday reset too. Is what you guys do difficult? Yes. Did I answer it for you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is what we do difficult?
Yes.
Is it rewarding?
Yes.
Can it be super fucking rewarding? Okay, then if you don't have a midday routine, how can you reset? What's the average hour someone works at a normal job?
40 hours.
8 hours, take an hour for lunch, 7 hours, right? That's half your fucking day. So they get to go home, they get to get some rest, they get to wake up and work half your day again. Every single day, right? So do they get a reset? They do. It's at the end of the day. But the truth is, how do you not give yourself a midday reset? How do you not give yourself an evening reflection? We're going to talk about what those things are. And I'm going to go to my phone. I'll read it in 2 seconds for you guys so you get through it. Some of you heard this before, some of you don't. I do this every day. It's in my phone. I'll show you guys right now. It's under daily routine. Daily practice, okay? Right here. This is on my phone. I'm not lying. Does that say daily practice at the top? Cool. Okay. It's verse number 1 is pray. Second one is daily devotional. Third is bless every home. That's me praying for my neighbors and people I don't know. 4 is spend 15 minutes reading my Bible. And then I get into the really juicy stuff. Write down 10 gratitudes every day. 10 things I'm grateful for. How many people grew up with a rich family here? Raise your hand. People had money. It's okay if you did. Don't. Okay, that's awesome. Doesn't make anybody a bad parent. Everybody's like, oh, it's me. Barely right. You lucky fucker. Was life just like so easy for you? No. People think it, right? Do they think it? Mom and dad had all the money. They're going to just give you everything in the world. How many people grew up with an absolutely broke-ass fucking family? Raise your hand. Had nothing. Didn't give you shit. Is that the more common thing? Why? Because there's less rich people in the United States than there are poor people. Would we agree? So this is normal. 1 person out of 50, right? So I think what happens is our gratitudes are different. Because I know a lot of rich people where their father wasn't present. The mother wasn't around. Because they were providing for the children. And guess what? The children grew up saying, I wish I had more time with my dad. I wish I had more time with my mom. That's something that they're grateful that if you're broke and mom and dad have some time. My family was super broke. But you know what we're rich in? Love. My dad was there all day long, every day. He was super depressed, antidepressants, my mom and dad the rest of their entire life. But they were there every day. So when people ask me, how'd you grow up, Todd? What was the best thing you ever had? We were broke, but we were rich in love. That's what I say, because they were the best parents ever. My dad passed away 7 years ago. I talk about it all the time. That's something I was rich in. So one of my gratitudes was that I got to spend time with my father. Because now he's gone. It's a gratitude. What about socks on my feet? Dude, I walked by a homeless person the other day. They had no place to live. I gave them $50. They felt like it was, and then some of you are like, why are you giving homeless people? You don't know their fucking story, dude. You don't know why they're homeless. You don't know the problem, yes or no? So what we forget that we should be grateful every day is that Derek gets to wear a Burberry tie. That I get to wear a Rolex. And then you know what? People, now that I'm at a different level of my life, you know what they say to me? Why don't you get the nicer one? This is probably the cheapest Rolex you can buy. I think I paid like $8,000 for it. And I was broke as fuck when I bought it. Went to my wife, she said I deserved it. She said, why don't you get it? Well, I can afford a fucking $25,000 Rolex. I can go buy it tomorrow. Sounds great, right? No, it's not why I buy these things. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do it because like Brandon said, when we have meetings and we're so busy, what do I say every time? I make a funny voice, but I go, but I'm grateful, God, I'm grateful. Every time I complain, I'm grateful, God, I'm grateful. But every morning I write down 10 gratitudes. Can you write down 10 gratitudes right now? 10 things that you're grateful for? I'm not asking you to do it, but could you? Here's a story. My mentor one time, some of you heard this, some of you haven't. I wrote down, I woke up one day pissed, complaining, something really bad happened in my life. I'm blaming God, I'm blaming the world, something very, lost a loved one. This thing sucks, my life sucks, it's all horrible. Called my mentor, she made me write down 100 gratitudes in one day. 100. I said 100. I have a hard time finding 10 different ones every day. 100? She says, yes, do it. I wrote it on one page. She made me do it. She goes, if you ever don't write down your gratitudes and you forget what you're grateful for, I'm going to stop mentoring you. And I pay her $50,000 a year to mentor me. See, the thing is, guys, if you don't wake up remembering what you're grateful for, then how could you even have a great day? Like, I'm grateful to be able to work with a guy like Derek who can make me a better person. I'm grateful to work for a region like Dorn who pours into you people. I'm grateful that they are spending the money to have people like Brandon and I come in here and try to pour into you. Whether some of you take some of this from you or not, I don't know. Hopefully you will. But my morning routine is pray, daily devotional, bless every home, read my Bible, 10 gratitudes, 3 goals. What are my 3 goals? It's not make $1 million today. They're attainable goals. I want to work out for 45 minutes and watch Adam flex on IG. That's my thing. Triceps are looking fantastic out. But 3 attainable goals every single day. That's what I want to do. I want to get up, work 45 minutes a day. Honestly, there are points, we've all had this, where we get out of shape. Something bad happens to us. So I wanted to force myself to get there, right? I'm down 9 pounds since I've been doing it. I want to continue to lose weight. I want to lose 15 pounds, right? I'm 50 damn near. So like for me, it's harder to lose weight. That's something I do. 3 goals. 3 gratitude texts to others. How many people have people that you know that would love to hear something nice from you one day randomly? Raise your hand if you have something like that. You should all have that. Have you ever done it? Have you ever texted a friend? How does it make you feel? How does it make them feel? Were they expecting it? Okay, so a lot of the responses that I get every single day, I scroll through my phone, my contacts, and I just swipe up, and I let them continue to roll like this. I put my finger on one, I stop on it. That's the person I'm sending a gratitude text today. One of them I hadn't talked to in 25 years. It was a girl, I swear to God, in my phone. A friend I went to high school with. She goes, I didn't even know you knew who I was anymore. Thank you. I sent her a nice text. She sent me a big long text back in tears because she felt like no one cared about her. So 3 gratitude texts I send to people every single day because it changes. How many of us have needed a text like that in our lives? All of us, and you're fucking lying if you didn't raise your hand. We all need it. See, a lot of you say, I don't need the pat on the back. You're full of shit. I can survive without the pat on my back. You know what I can't survive on? I can't survive knowing that no one has recognized the things that I've done in my life that are positive. Because I've made a fuck ton of mistakes. We all want the pat on the back. Do we need it to survive? No, but we all want it. It feels good, right? Get an award. They call out your name. You did something great. It feels great, right? So that is what I do. And then the last thing I do is something motivational that I post or every single day. Some of you guys who follow us on IG, we do it all day long. My point is that this is my morning routine. And guess what? It's not even done yet. I say this every single day. There are no limits to what I can and will achieve. I am worthy of wealth and success. I am a great giver and excellent receiver. I have the ability to grow my wealth doing what I love. Everything I need to be wealthy and successful is within me. And then I literally read 10 scriptures that my pastor gave me that I love. Put it on a piece of paper for me. This is me. Yes, by the way, I say the F word and I love Jesus. It is what it is, right? And then, but this is the thing. This is my list. And then guess what, guys? Look, this is it. I just showed you. I'll show you again. These are all the people that I pray for every day. They're all here. All the people that I pray for. Look, here, I'll just say, where's Brandon Biscuit? My friends that are like family. To Brandon, Melissa, Jackson, Blaze. Abundance, I pray for abundance and love and nothing but success to continue to have the people in their life that they love most. That's for him and his family. Every day comes out of my mouth. But this is just me. It doesn't have to be your thing. But this takes me all of about 30 minutes. Is it worth it? It 100% is worth it. What? For me, right? Would it be worth it for anybody else?
Maybe.
Why? If it's their thing. But should everybody have a morning routine? Does it have to be prayer? No. Do they have to get up and list something motivational? No. He's a dork. What is neuroplasticity? I had no fucking clue until he told me. I'm not as smart as Brandon. That's not his thing, is the motivational, but his thing is how can I get something in my brain that'll get me going every day? Whatever your thing is, you need to know your thing. So flip your pages over on the next one real quick. Those 3 questions you can answer later, but flip your next page over. You'll see morning routine, midday routine, evening reflection. Okay, on the morning routine, you don't do this now. You need to do it later, guys, but you need to write down things that you're committed to doing every single morning. Write it down on that piece of paper. You don't have to do it now. Do it later, okay? And then we're going to get into a midday reflection and why it's important.
Yeah, so, everything you said about the morning is true. The one thing I'll say is don't just write it on the paper because you think that is what you should do. Like, don't write cold plunging if you don't want to fucking get in cold water. Like, seriously, I don't care about all the stuff that everyone says. My morning routine is as loose as I get up by my boys, my 3-year-old, my 7-year-old probably waking me up. And then I got to turn on the TV and all that for them, get them breakfast, and then they just want to beat the shit out of me. We want to wrestle for 20 minutes before they go to school. That's my routine, dude. It doesn't have to be rocket science. That's my thing. And I enjoy it because you cannot think of anything else related to business when you're getting punched in the face and other places as well by 2 kids. So I like it because it just gets me completely out. You do those things where you literally can't think of anything else. That's one of those things. Now, if you don't have kids, that's obviously not going to be your thing. That's mine. But that's as loose as mine is. Mine's not 6:10 I do this and 6:20 I do this and this and that. I don't do the prayer stuff. That works for him. I don't care about that stuff. Not for me. So again, I'm just saying this. don't write these things on this paper if you think you're like supposed to. Write it if you do it right now and it works for you, or if it's something that you maybe want to try. I make a joke about the cold plunge thing because everyone wants cold plunge now, but I don't know. Like I want my shower to be like 120 degrees, so I'm not gonna try it. But if you're curious about it, dude, write it down and try it. Take a cold shower, see if you can even handle that. You don't know if it's gonna work for you, just like you said, it works for you. You're right. I've tried the thing that he does. It doesn't do anything for me. It's a waste of time for me, right? Doesn't mean it's not amazing. It works for him. Do the thing that's going to work for you. The midday reset. I'll keep this really quick. Similar to the morning routine thing. Don't do something midday because you think you're supposed to. But I will tell you, again, nerd, scientifically proven that micro breaks, very small breaks to reset, to do something that has nothing to do with your task at work, your job, even for 5 or 10 minutes, is not a foot off the gas pedal. It is a recharge. Literally. If any of you are interested in this kind of shit, his name's Adam Grant, amazing author. He's an organizational psychologist. It's really good. But it's important. So whatever it is that you do right now that works for you, keep doing it. For anybody that feels like, dude, they just gas out early, or they get really tired earlier than they should, and they look at their watch and like, damn, dude, I got another 6 hours to go. Maybe that's a sign you should do a little something. Now, based on Instagram, it seems like The Office does a halfway decent job sometimes of doing, different games and stuff. And y'all got like, couches and shit in here. It's crazy. So maybe you're doing good. But just take a look at yourself. If you're getting gassed out, if you think you might need it, then try something, dude. Try one of the things. I am a big believer when I eat lunch, I don't look at calls, I don't do any of this shit. I watch YouTube for a little while, for 20 minutes while I eat lunch. I don't feel bad about it, that I could be getting 20 minutes worth of work done. Fuck that, dude. I need a break. Everyone does. So just try something, right? You want to do the nightly thing?
Yeah. So real quick on the evening reflection, guys, we'll move on because we got about 15, 20 more minutes max. Okay, so here's the deal, right? Evening reflection. How many people said they had evening reflection they do? Cool. What do you do, RJ? Okay, what's in the journal, if you don't mind me asking?
Read it.
It
Yeah.
sounds kind of stupid, but it shit works. I go over like the goals that I said I was going to do, right? And I reflect like, was it impactful? Like how was the impact of the goal that I was pursuing it?
Yep.
And then I go over the shit like I didn't do, like why do I think I didn't do it? And then is it important enough to move it to like the next step? Right?
Unbelievable. It's good. It's great. Here's the thing, guys. By the way, I hope did everybody hear that? Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. Everything he's talking about is very similar to what I do. It's all the same. And if it comes from Brett, it's not stupid. He knows what he's talking about. Okay. So here's what you guys need to realize. When you guys have an evening reflection, it isn't did I do good or bad, but it's finding out why you did either. If you had the best day ever, should you not journal at night? It's like, no, dude. Like, dude, let me figure out what the fuck I did so I can do it again. I want to duplicate that, right? If you had a bad day, writing down the things of why you had a bad day or you had a goal to accomplish. Let's say the goal was to dial 300 dials today, okay? And you got down to 100. Why did you only get to 100? What are the obstacles that came through that day that got you to only 100 dials, right? I spoke to X amount of prospects today, okay? I spoke to 10. I only booked one appointment. Why did I only book one? Why is my conversion rate at 10% to book an appointment? Is there something I could have done wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did I speak to someone that's very good at converting and booking appointments to help me so I can make myself better? See, the thing is, you have to look at pros and cons in the evening. It's not like, I had a great day, let me think about it. And a lot of you right now are like, fuck that, dude, I work 12 hours and want to go home, spend 15 minutes with my kid and go to bed. Guess what? That's fine. Stay up 15 minutes longer. Because if you know what you did the day before, how many people forget shit all the time? Like I do. I forget all the time, right? Here's the thing. I'll go to bed and I'll forget what happened the day before, specifics that led me to success or things that didn't lead me to success. I'll forget it because like you said earlier, I just look, if I got the shit done, I got it done. That's great. And if I don't, I'll just do the rest of shit tomorrow. Well, here's the thing. There's got to be a reason why you didn't get all the shit done that you could have gotten done. Let's talk about it. That's what evening reflection is. If I'm you guys, get a journal, just like RJ is saying. Make sure you have a journal and just write that shit down. Try it for 2 fucking weeks. If it doesn't work, toss it in the trash. This is something Tony Robbins lives by. Morning, midday, and evening reflections, okay? And it's being very specific on the things that you can do to move towards massive amounts of success and not feel stuck. But what happens is we get complacent, and then we're always wondering why the fuck we don't have money. Why can't I have the Rolex and the Burberry tie and the fucking truck that's 80,000 feet tall? Why can't I have all that stuff? Here's why, right? Because guess what? That stuff costs what? What's something that you wish that you had that you don't, man? And it costs money. A house, to own your own home, right? What's stopping you? Is it money? It always is. Most everything's directly related to money, yes or no? Money or time, right? Okay, here's the thing. If you had the money, would you buy a home? Do you know the type of home you want? Do you know how much it could possibly cost, range?
300.
Do you know what the down payment is that you'll need? FHA, could be 5%, could be 10, 15 grand, 12 grand, could be 5,000. See, what I want you to do is get specific on that number. I need $5,000 to put a down payment on the home that I know I can need for me and my family, and I want it to come true. So how quickly can I get to 5,000? I'm making X amount of phone calls, which is yielding me X amount of customers that I speak to, which is yielding me X amount of appointments, and my closing rate is 20%, and my taking rate is X. So every single 50 phone calls I make, I speak to three people I convert at 33%, and my taking rate is 50%. So I write half a deal every time I speak to 50 people. Knowing that I have to make $5,000, how can I reverse engineer that math to say I need fucking $5,000 in the next 90 days, so I have to make X more amount of phone calls to yield me X amount of results, put $5,000 in my pocket so I can go buy my home. Everybody with me? Guys, these are the numbers that are specific. You want a fucking motorcycle, you want a house, you want a vacation. He's going on a $9 billion vacation this month. I don't know how he paid for it. But he set it aside. He had a goal. I knew Brandon. He scientifically, I need X amount of dollars in this amount of time, and he sells X amount of clients, and he has it. That's what he does. That's what this is about. Everybody with me? Cool. Track.
I don't know how many times we can say I'm a fucking nerd in this whole training. All right, so really quick, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to go into, like, handling rejection. Do me a favor. Raise your hand if you've been here for less than 90 days. Keep your hand up if this is your first sales job. Okay. So I want to go through a couple things. If you look on your sheet on section 4, you're going to see some things. It's going to give you kind of a 3-step process. So I'm going to give you that 3-step process that does work. And then I'm just going to give you a couple pointers that I've learned over my, 20 plus career year in sales that I kind of wish I knew, and it works for me. And shockingly, as numbers are involved. So, really quick on the 3 steps. The first one you're going to see is acknowledge the rejection. Second one is reframe it as a learning opportunity. Third one is redirect focus on the next positive action. So number 1, acknowledge the rejection. Rejection meaning they really told you to fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. Don't call me. You lost a deal, an objection. There's a lot of different things that a rejection could be. So acknowledge that it happened, right? The second one, reframe it as a learning opportunity. So instead of just getting down on yourself, you try to twist it to, okay, what could I do differently next time kind of deal. And then 3, redirect focus on the next positive action. Move on to the next, dude. Don't dwell on it. Let me take a learning opportunity. Let me go on to the next call, next deal, next appointment, next whatever that thing is, and crush it, knowing that I'm better now than I was before that last rejection, right? A couple of other things that for me help a lot when it comes to rejection. From a mental standpoint, how does rejection affect me? The first thing is, especially for those of you that raise your hand that you're in the first 90 days or it's your first sales job, you got to have the right expectations from the jump. If you got into sales thinking that 1 out of 20 calls is going to be a deal, bro, obviously everyone in this room now knows that is an absolute lie. I'm not saying that they told you that, but sometimes we get into it not realizing the reality of the type of effort and the type of rejection you have to go through to get the yes. So sometimes it's the becoming good at handling rejection is just knowing that it's going to be there 10 times more than we think it's going to be there. So when it's expected, now it's not a shock. Now it's not a punch in the gut. I was like, well, yeah, no shit, they were going to tell me no. I've only gone through 20 of those. I got 300 more to go through until I get a deal, right? So sometimes appropriate expectations in and of itself will help make sure you know what you're doing. Second one, know the numbers. Do me a favor, for anyone that's been here, not in your first 90, 120 days, more of the veterans, I'm talking to the Adams of the room and the RJs and stuff like that. Roughly, I know it all matters and it depends and all that bullshit, but roughly, how many phone calls do you need to make to net a deal? 300, 400, right? Okay. So, I guarantee someone in this room, You don't have to raise your hand here, even though everyone probably should. I guarantee someone in this room has gotten pissed off and down at themselves after getting shit for 100 phone calls. I have. I guarantee someone's done the same thing at 200 phone calls. So the question is, should you? Yes or no? It's natural though. Like I can say this as the trainer guy, but like, dude, it sucks to go through 200 calls and get no answers or just no traction. It sucks. I'm not saying that it's easy, but if we can look at the numbers, even if you're not a numbers person, become one. Sales is numbers to a degree, right? So look at it and just understand where you are. Now, if you've made 1,000 phone calls, should you be like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Maybe. But after 100, probably not, dude. You haven't worked enough. You haven't done the thing enough to get to a point where you can actually say to yourself, am I doing something wrong? Is it me? Right? So knowing the numbers is a big thing. Know when you're allowed to get pissed. So out of curiosity, let's just say the number is 300 on the dot. Should you be pissed if you don't get a deal in 300? Not that day. Right? He said you can't get pissed till the end of the week. Who agrees? Who disagrees? Disagree. When can you be pissed?
So for me, I have a lot of sample size, and I don't really do it unless it's like the work on average, right? So if it's 300, right? I do 300 every single time, and I would identify like why is it not occurring? Like what am I fucking up right now? Is it a screen share? Is it the way I'm transitioning app? Is it my switch? Like what the fuck's going on? And it is if it's consistently over a month, that's when I'll like get a little agitated.
Cool. So we had 1 week, we had 1 month. Here's the thing, and I'm not going to lie to you. There is no right answer or wrong answer, really. It's going to be what's up to you. The thing that I will tell you is, what RJ alluded to, is you're going to have to look at the why, right? There's a lot of in-between steps between the phone call and the deal, right? So if you made 1,000 phone calls and you booked 50 appointments and you went 0 for 50 on appointments, maybe we can look at that and go, well, shit, should I have, how many deals should I get out of X amount of appointments? You start to look at the numbers. If you made 1,000 phone calls and you didn't book a single appointment, maybe we obviously look there because we haven't even been able to run an appointment yet. So you start to just dive in to see where am I missing, right? But again, knowing the numbers. Last two things really, really quickly. Don't take it personal. It is sales. You're not a human being to anyone on the other end of that phone. Everyone knows that, right? You are you do not exist. You do not have blood in your veins. You don't have a family. You are a fucking robot to them. Nothing matters. You're not human. Just know that that's what they're thinking. What I just got done declining 3 spam calls just in that last little section Todd was talking, right? Decline, decline, decline. Don't care who you are. Don't take it personal. The very last thing, find a way to love the challenge. It is a challenge being in sales, dude. Some of you aren't driven by challenge, so it could not work. For me, I am. I'm far more driven for overcoming a challenge that no one else can figure out, and I want to be the one that figures it out better. I thrive off that shit. So figure out if it does work for you, and if it does work for you, just take it as a challenge, not as a rejection, and then you can just constantly get better.
Cool, we're gonna do some fun shit here in just a couple seconds, but real quick, guys. What is the only difference between being successful, whether it's one day or 1 week or a month, of making sure that you're not fucked up? What do you do to make that better? Yes, sir, in the back.
Consistency, discipline.
Sure, that's great. Consistency, stay consistent. What else? Awesome. RJ said I need to find out what the fuck I'm doing wrong, right? Can RJ find that out? How? Numbers, documents, other people. 3 words you guys need to realize that matter in life. More than anything you'll ever realize. And a lot of us tough guys and tough women in the room are like, fuck that, I don't need anybody. What you do? Ask for help. That's it. Because the truth is, if I listen to every one of RJ's calls, I could find something. And I'm going to tell RJ, dude, this is where I feel like you're missing. This is my opinion, not right or wrong. Question is I've been doing sales and leadership development and business deep dives for 30 fucking years. Does that mean RJ can't listen to my phone calls and find something wrong with what I'm doing? In 5 seconds he could. Easily. You want to know why? Because we're blind to things that we continuously do, dude. How many people have said to you in the past, like, dude, sometimes the way you say shit, it rubs off the wrong way on people. I'm like, fuck off. They're like, see? And I'm like, no, I didn't mean it that way. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Everybody with me? See, that we can't see shit that we do because it's so repetitive. We do it over and over and over again. And a lot of you that are in this room right now are going, I know what he's talking about, because you have a loved one, a spouse, something like that. You look at them like, how many times you tell them all the time, hey, you want to tell them, but then it doesn't matter. Because they're like, no, I don't. Yes, the fuck you do. I hear it. And then you want to record them. And they're like, no, don't record me. Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, then why can't I record your fucking ass? They know it. They just don't want to admit it. So asking for help is what you need to do, because if I'm RJ and I'm a rock star, okay, whether it's a week or a month, I want to know sooner the things that I'm doing wrong than later. Because the longer you wait to fix it, the longer they wait to ask for help. I don't care what a badass you are. Dude, he's 12 years younger than me. I know you can't tell because I look amazing for my age. But I learn shit from him all the time. All the time. And I ask him, Brandon, what did I do wrong there? Because I ask for help, I become better. But a lot of us believe because we have tenure and we believe that we've had years and experience that we know more. And the fucking truth is, you just don't. You just don't. It doesn't matter if you've been here for 1 day or 30 fucking years. You do not know more about something that RJ knows more about. Like, there's things that he knows more about that I'll never fucking know as much as him about. So why not get the fucking knowledge? That's why people read books. But you'd rather read a book because guess what? The book won't criticize you. No pushback. No one's going to tell you what you're doing wrong. Am I getting someplace? You guys agree with me on this? So be fucking real with yourselves, right? Next thing real quick is the numbers, okay? Pull out your sheets with the annual, the fucking quarterly, the monthly, the weekly. Pull out your sheets right now. And I'm going to make this easy for you guys. If you just started and you have a goal from now until the rest of the year, write it in the annual goal. If you have been here since January 1, keep that annual goal the same. Put it in that annual goal line right now. Write it down, your annual goal. So if your goal is to write 2 million at January 1, it's 2 million. If you just started, you've had an annual goal, no matter what time you started, write down that annual goal. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick little math for you guys. This is what you guys should know and this works, by the way, young lady, to buy a house. This is the same math, okay? How much do I need to save, et cetera? All right, so I'm gonna do easy math for you guys. If $1 million is your goal and you started in January 1, how many quarters a year are there? Okay, so divide that by 4. So in the quarters, you would put 250,000, correct? Okay, how many months are there in a year? Okay, so if I took $1 million, guys, and I divided that by 12, what do we have? $83,333, okay? So I put $83,333. Put that in the monthly, okay? Now watch this. How many weeks are there in a month? Sometimes 5, but we'll just call it 4, right? But you should break this down to the actual weeks, by the way. It's 52 weeks in a year, right? You want to take that down, right? So if I took $1 million, and you know you're going to work 51 of the weeks, or let's just say 50, you're going to take 2 weeks off, okay? I take $1 million divided by 50, that's 20,000 a week. What if I'm working 6 days a week? What do? Divide by 6. $3,333 a day. Everybody get where I'm going here? The math, it's not rocket science, right? Annual number divided by 4 quarterly, divided by how many weeks a year that you're going to work. If you're going to take 2 weeks off, you divide it by 50, okay? That's your weekly number. You take your weekly number divided by the amount of days you're going to work. If that's 6, you divide it by 6. Now I know my daily number. That's my daily number I have to hit in order to get to $1 million at the end of the year. Everybody with me? Now watch this. If you write $2,000 day 1, Friday, first day of the week for you guys, you write $2,000. Here's what happens. People go, oh, fuck, I fucked it up, and they leave $3,300, the same goal the following day. That's not what you do. And then a lot of them believe that they have to recalculate the whole thing. No, I got to make up that $1,300 tomorrow. No, the fuck you don't. Watch this. You take the $20,000, which was your weekly number. You subtract it by the first day's number, which was 2,000, right? What do I have left? 18,000. Love the mathematicians in the room. Take 18,000 divided by 5. $3,600 a day. So all I have to do is write number $264 every day tomorrow. And guess what? I'm still going to hit my goal at 20,000. Everybody with me? You should have a whiteboard in your fucking desk that has annual and permanent number, Quarterly, a number, right? Monthly, a number that you can redo the monthly, because just like I redid this math, if I didn't hit my quarterly goal, I would redo the numbers, right? Same thing with monthly. So here's what I'll tell you guys. When you're doing your daily number, if my first day was Friday and I was supposed to write 3,300, but I wrote 5,000, do I redo my math? Why? You're on or above track. So why change it? Why are you changing it? You're ahead of the game. Don't go, 20,000 minus 5,000, 15,000 divided by 5. That's $3,000 a day. I can write less and hit my goal. Fuck that. We want to be overachievers, right? Keep it at 3,300. Everybody with me? You say that again. Yeah, 100%. Good way to say it. Yep, just leave that money aside, act like it's not even there. You wrote it, you're ahead, you're good. Don't even redo the math. So guys, knowing your numbers, just to be very clear, is the most important thing. If you don't know what you need, if you don't have these goals written down, those mini whiteboards are fucking $4. Go to Amazon, borrow money from Derek, do whatever you got to do. Have him borrow, fuck that, have him pay for it, right? Little whiteboard. And have this goal and change it every day. The more you see your goal every day, the more times you have to save X amount of dollars, man. If you had a rough month one time, you couldn't save money for your home. No problem. Redo the math the next month. Are you with me? That's what this is. And if you don't know what those numbers are, then you're not really being efficient in getting to your goal. Everybody with me? Cool. B? We good?
Yeah.
Because we have to do just this and we'll get them the fuck out of here. Yeah. Huh. Love that.
Yeah, but we don't have balls.
What do you mean by that?
5 minutes, we're gonna.
Like
Golf ball?
golf ball.
Grab two balls.
Oh, I can do that.
What do you mean by that?
HR.
I was gonna list out.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
While we're doing that, okay,
Yeah, dude. So we're gonna do. I'm sure you guys have done putt for cash, right? Well, that's what we're doing. We're putting for cash. So what's probably easier is to have everyone come up here and we'll putt it down there. So, oh, that's true. All right. Half of you go up on the stage and half of you come back. Oh yeah. You know what you want to do.
Okay, listen, everybody stand on up real quick. Come on, you're going to putt for $50. I don't want you in the hallways, okay? This line, just line up on the outside of these chairs. Don't kick the balls, okay? And then just move this way to putt. On this side, okay, you're going to go that way and you're going to putt on that side, okay? We need to kind of even it up. So maybe these first two rows get on this side, all right? Yeah, your first two rows get on this side, okay? Keep it wide open. Here we go. Thank you. We got the putters, B? Okay, so we just need two. You take one. I'll take the other side. Got a putter. Okay, now here's the deal. No, you can't be sitting on the stage. You can't get around there. Got to be standing on the sides right here. Everybody nope, get on the sides. Everybody get on the sides. There's a reason behind this. Everybody get on the sides right here. Fuck. A lefty. That's crazy. That sucks. I wouldn't do one. Fuck it. Just fly through. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys, okay? Brandon's going to mark closest. That $50 bill down there, we're going to Venmo it to you from Brandon's bank account, okay? Whoever gets closest to the 50 gets it. If you stop on the 50 and you are the closest to the 50, we're giving you $100, okay? So here's the deal. Take your time putting, but here's the thing. This is a midday reset. I want everybody to go fucking nuts every time someone putts. You got to go crazy. I want energy in the room. Just go, go nuts. Go act like no one can see you. Okay? Go absolutely crazy. And everybody pull out your phones. Who has social media in here? Raise your hand. It's everybody. Don't lie. Okay,
yes, sir.
Because you not want somebody to find your ass. Okay. Pull out your phones. Pull out your phones right now. Everybody pull out your phones. Everybody pull out your phones. Open your social media. Go to your stories. Gentlemen in the green in the back, pull out your phones. I see you. There you go. Okay, everybody pull out your phones. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. Midday reset that can add money to your pocket. Not just the money here, but how about the money you're going to get from recruits that want to be in an environment that's culture-oriented like this where they can win free shit for putting. You think people would find that? Okay, so
yes,
here's
sir.
the deal.
Yes, sir.
Every time someone putts, For just the first 4 or 5 putts, I want to keep going. I want you guys to roll through. The line is going to go all the way through. So we're going to start here, and you're going to rotate like this all the way down. Every time someone putts, I want you guys to go nuts. And the first few ones, I want you guys to go on your story, tag Pipeline, tag your friends at US Health, do whatever you need to do, but I want you guys to go insane. And I promise you, Brandon's not going to move forward unless you go absolutely fucking nuts. And you're going to say, if you want to work in an environment like this, where we have fun, the culture's right, and you have an opportunity to make a shit ton of money, come join us. Guys, these midday resets don't always have to be just about you. Make them fun, right? Tag people, post tag Pipeline, get everybody pumped up, but I want you to go fucking nuts, all right? So we're going to play some music, Alex. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Grab the putter. We're going to start here. You got that other ball, B, or no? We have 3 balls? The 3 ball. Oh, wow, that was aggressive. Did you see that, Brandon Biz? Okay. All right, so start here. Once you're done, I want you to get in line over here and go crazy, too. So go ahead, you're first. Guys, put on your phones right now. Go. Oh, you're lefty? Oh, my bad. Here, let me hold that one. Okay. Pull on your phones right when he putts. I want everybody to go absolutely fucking nuts. Tag Pipeline on your stories right now. If you don't have your phones on, I'm going to call your ass out. I'm going to make you stand in the middle of the room. Tag Pipeline, go. Look, I see. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go nuts. Let's go. A little shorter. Okay, next up. Let's go. Guys, louder than that. That wasn't loud enough. We're going to stop. Here you go. Right or left-handed? Right or left-handed? Doesn't matter? Okay, then go left-handed, tough guy. Let's see what you got. Okay. When he goes, guys, go absolutely insane. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's what I said. You want right or left? My God. We just wasted it. Go ahead. Ready? Okay.
Embarrassing.
1, 2, 3. Go! Holy strong fucker. That was insane, dude. That was like if the tee box was down the street. Okay. All right, let's go. No ball. Okay, ready, guys? Go absolutely insane. Louder this time, and I'm gonna keep having you guys do it until you go absolutely nuts. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go! Yeah! Let's go, baby! Too strong. Keep it moving. Let's go. Keep it moving. Let's go. Who's next? Yup. Let's go. Right? Let's go. There's the ball. Let's go. Got all the balls coming our way, B.
What do you mean by that?
B, what's the closest in Marlo's office? For fuck's sake, you guys. Can you do a little better than this? Nice and easy. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, get right. Oh, that was a little too strong. Okay, keep it going. Let's go. Yeah, go ahead. Let's go. All right, remember, go nuts again, guys. Count of 3. Go absolutely insane. 1, 2, 3. Nice and easy. Oh, I like that stroke, Brandon Bisky. Oh, get on it. Oh, that's definitely the closest, though. That's the closest, B, right? Let's go. All right, let's go. Ready? Got a ball coming up here. Here we go. Nice and easy. Let's go. Nice and easy. You saw how far this went. Nice and easy. Oh, I like that speed, B. Go. Damn, it's so close. Let's go. All right, come on. Who's next up? Let's go. You are winning. If you're already putting, let's get on this side. All right.
I can see it inside your face.
I don't know. I think that was a little salty. That's what she said. Yeah, all right, let's go. Let's go. All right, young man. Let's do it. Let's see what you got. Land on that video. Put it on. Let's go. You don't put it on that. Good. Get ready. We got the gold bracelet on. Got the pen. Oh, that's a little firm. I think that's going all the way past. Okay, let's go. Who's next? Let's go.
Embarrassing.
Guys, this was easier on the money thing without holding over it, right? All right, get out the way, let him go. Okay, ready. Go. Oh, that's way too hard. That man is strong. Golly, that's strong. Okay, we need a nice smooth stroke here, guys. Let's go. Okay, you ready for this, my guy? Nice with this. Nice, don't hit too hard. Oh, that's way too hard. Way too hard. All right, let's go. Who's next? Come on, keep the line coming down. Keep the line wrapping around coming down. RJ, let's go. Get everybody. Come on, guys. On this side, left side. Keep coming closer. Keep coming closer. Wait. Don't fuck yet. Keep coming closer. There you go. Keep getting the seat. Give them some room. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's kind of smooth. That's kind of smooth. Oh, there we go. Okay, young young lady. Let's see what you got. Let's go. 50 or 100. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. I think you got this. Nice and easy. Ready? 1, 2. Holy shit. Somebody pissed her off today. Don't do that. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go, RJ. Let's see what you got. They call him Smooth RJ. Let's go. Oh, look, he set it up. Look at him. He knows what's up. He's like, I've putted on this screen before. Nice and easy. Oh, I like that speed, Brandon Biskey. I like that speed. Get on it. Get right for a hundo. Oh, that's the closest right there. Well done. Let's go. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
What do you mean?
Let's go. If you're on the right side, you haven't punted yet, get around Brandon, go to the other side. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's go. Ready? Nice and easy. Nice. You guys saw the speed. Oh, that's way too soft. That is a little too soft there. All right, let's go.
What do you mean by that?
Whoa, we got balls down here, don't we? No. All right.
What do you mean by that?
All right, let's go. Let's see who's got it. Nice and easy. Oh, I like that speed. Oh, that's gonna have to slow up a little. Land on the hundo! Land on the hundo! Land on! Who's closer, B? Who's closer? RJ's rich. Remember, if they're the same. All right, okay. All right, let's go. That was a good one. That was a good one. All right, ready? Let's do it. Nice and easy. I think that's gonna be a little soft. A little too soft. That's all right. Keep coming around. Let's go.
This one right here goes out to all the babies, mamas.
Brandon, I can't wait to give the money to RJ that he doesn't need anyways. You know what I'm saying? That's 50, RJ. You didn't land on a hundo. Take it easy, for fuck's sake. All right, that's fast. Let's go. Keep them coming. Let's go. Let's go. This man knows what he's doing. Grab the lefty putter already. Guys, you know lefties are better than everything, by the way. Just to be clear. Get out of the way. Let's go. Get out of the way. Let's go. Oh, I think that's a little firm. I think that's a little firm.
Mama don't like me. Doing things like
Little strong, little strong.
studio trying to need to get East American.
10 minutes, let's go, guys. Let's keep it playing. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, let's go.
Let her know
Go
her
ahead, my guy,
grandchild
let's
is a baby and not a private school, daycare, shit, medical bills. I pay that.
Oh, that's too strong. Let's go, Adam. You're up. Let's
Lay
go.
down.
Come on, get up. Hey, give us the
Lay down. You never got the chance to hear my side of the story. We was divided. She had
All right, let's see what Adam's got.
My birthday, I invited, despite it.
Adam's about to buy some more pre-workout. Let's go. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. There you go, right? Nice and easy, Adam. Oh, I like the speed, Brandon Biskey. I like the speed. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. Oh, no. RJ still got it. Let's go, young man. Come on, if you are recording, guys, thanks for having us. Hop on out. Let's go. Keep it coming. Let's go. Get out of the way, guys. Get out of the way real quick. Get out of the way. Okay, we got them all beat. Get out of the way, guys. Send them all back. There you go. Let's go, sir. You got this. Nice and easy, nice and easy.
10 times out of 9. Now if I'm lying, fine line. Quickest muzzle, throw it out.
That hit a stopper, too. That hit a stopper, too. Oh, let's go. Let's go. What do we got, B? What do we got? RJ still in it.
Forever never seems that long until you're grown. You know it's Saturday, I ain't ruler, can't be too wrong. Miss Jackson, my intentions were good. I wish I could become a magician to abracadabra, all the shadow. Thoughts of me, thoughts of she, thoughts of me. Ask me what happened to the villain and me. Hey, I spent so much of me, so much of me. Hey, it happened for a reason, don't hate me. Mad, know this everything cool. Yes, I will be present on the first day of school graduation. Miss Jackson.
Oh, that's too strong, too strong. Keep it moving, keep it going. Let's go. All right, get out the way, get out the way.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
All right, here we go. Nice and easy. Oh, I like this speed, Brandon Biskey. He might be stealing it from RJ. Here we go. Here we go.
Fidelity and cheating, beating, and you get to the G, they be placing the blame on. You keep on singing that same song, that bygones be bygones, you can go and get the hell on you and your one. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Slow up. right, ready? Let's go, let's go. Nice and easy, here we go.
Did you make it?
That was a little too easy. All right, let's go. Come on now. Let's go, young lady. You got this. Take your money. Take your money.
Let's go, Ruben.
Oh, get left. Get left. Get left. Oh, all right, come on. Good try. Good try. Next up.
1,000 on my feet.
Next up. Let's go. Next up. Next up.
10,000 on my
Oh, I think you had to hit it a little harder. All right, next up. Let's go.
Gotta make a
Let's
fight,
go.
big days,
Let's go.
so no FaceTime, 50K when I'm storming
There you
off
go.
no
All right.
race.
Nice and easy. Let's go.
Surrounded by kids.
Oh, I think that's a little. Oh, it did hit a stopper. It hit a stopper. Slow down. Slow down. Oh. All right, let's go. Come on, keep it coming. Roll this down. Roll this down. Got a couple more left. A couple more left. Let's go, guys. Three left. Let's go. Come on. Nice and easy. Oh, don't be your left arm. Slow down, Bessie. Slow down, Bessie. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, my guy. We got it. Got the barrel elbows on. Let's do this. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? No, sir. Let's go. I think you gotta pay the 50.
Embarrassing.
That went too deep.
On my feet. Stacks running on my seat.
Oh, he missed. He missed. Go. Go. I guess we have a winner. Is that it? All right, guys. Congratulations. Thank you, guys.
Go up there and take your prize. Flex on camera or something. Go up there and flex on camera or something. You got this man live shot? Yeah, it's live shot. You can set it right now, man. I got this set up right now. Hey, look. Hey, hold on, I got you, Brad. Brad. Come back. Brad. Flex with the gear.
Look in my eyes, tell me I tell, do you see the road? I'm out to my soul, tell me the size when I'm with my face, my look fried. All the green, yellow, that drip in your eyes is telling, tell you demise, I'm with to my side, to push rather ceiling and push rather. Look at my
Fucking glitch being a